The hidden danger of acrylamide in everyday foods. The single most hazardous ingredient on Earth isn't what comes to mind initially. Did you know that there's a cancer-causing compound lurking in everyday foods that's more dangerous than sugar, seed oils, and processed starches combined? This substance surpasses the dangers of high fructose corn syrup, exceeds the risks of sugar, tops the threats of starches, and outweighs the perils of seed oils. Research conducted on mice and rats has led to its classification as a Class A carcinogen, indicating its likely cancer-causing properties in humans. A carcinogen refers to any substance that triggers cancer development, and this particular compound acts as a powerful neurotoxin. Beyond attacking nerves, it targets the brain and disrupts reproductive system function. Multiple international cancer organizations have confirmed these findings, with even the EPA acknowledging its carcinogenic nature. Here's something remarkable: you won't discover this substance listed among ingredients. The reason? It's not technically an ingredient but rather emerges as a byproduct during processing, specifically when heat enters the equation. This chemical byproduct bears the name acrylamide, forming when specific proteins interact with sugars under elevated temperatures. The initial portion of this presentation will maintain simplicity, with more technical details following later. Viewers interested in the deeper science can continue watching. I'll also share encouraging information about counteracting or neutralizing acrylamide's effects later in the presentation. Acrylamide appears in 40% of our food supply. Interestingly, this chemical reaction doesn't occur with natural sweeteners like sugarcane or honey. Instead, it requires refined sugars such as glucose, synthetic dextrose, glucose syrup, or even maltodextrin, a heavily processed starch that rapidly converts to sugar before combining with protein. Modified food starch and modified corn starch, common ingredients in many processed foods, contribute to this problem. Consider how cooking typically involves heating food, usually oil. Fast food establishments fry potatoes in oil, creating ideal conditions for acrylamide formation. Beyond the inflammatory damage caused by seed oils, sugars, and starches affecting our organs, we face this additional acrylamide threat, arguably the deadliest among them, elevating our cancer risk. Fascinatingly, using saturated fats instead of seed oils for frying potatoes prevents acrylamide formation. Before the 1990s, McDonald's used tallow, beef fat, for their fries, which didn't produce acrylamide despite containing protein and starch components. Saturated fats provide protection against acrylamide development. Imagine if all processed foods used tallow rather than seed oils. This would immediately decrease cancer risk. Similarly, if restaurants exclusively used tallow or coconut oil for frying, we'd see reduced toxicity. While not completely harmless, it would prove significantly less dangerous. Acrylamide appears in numerous common foods: corn chips, potato chips, French fries, baked goods, crackers, cookies, breakfast cereals, bread crust, and even roasted coffee. Before coffee drinkers become alarmed, and I understand many enjoy coffee as I do, there exists a straightforward method to minimize acrylamide content. Let's explore that shortly. Now that we've covered acrylamide's nature and formation, let's discuss strategies to eliminate it from your diet or counteract its effects if accidentally consumed. As previously mentioned, incorporating tallow, coconut oil, or butter helps since saturated fats offer greater stability. I've also noted how natural sweeteners like sugarcane or honey prevent acrylamide formation. When baking or cooking, always opt for natural sugars. Not that I advocate heavy sugar consumption, but if reducing cancer risk is the goal, natural sugars prove safer. Consider avoiding refined sugars entirely. This includes high fructose corn syrup, dextrose, and other heavily processed sweeteners. When cooking at home, low-temperature methods reduce chemical reactions. For instance, slow cooking pork at 260 degrees rather than 285 degrees or higher maintains safety. Another essential strategy involves emphasizing whole foods over refined products, as processed items pose the greatest risks. When consuming processed foods, though I'm not endorsing them, pair them with protective foods. What companions work best? Cruciferous vegetables like kale, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, arugula, and cabbage contain protective compounds against acrylamide. Garlic offers protection, as do various sprouts, particularly broccoli sprouts. Vitamin C-rich foods such as sauerkraut, citrus fruits, and bell peppers provide defense against acrylamide. Green tea and spirulina also offer protective benefits. Regarding coffee, here's how to reduce acrylamide content. Choose organic dark roasted or espresso coffee, which reaches temperatures around 400 degrees Fahrenheit. At these high temperatures, acrylamide becomes unstable and breaks down. Light roast coffee contains 10 times more acrylamide than dark roast. Let's dive deeper into the technical aspects of this chemical reaction, known as the Maillard reaction. The specific protein component involved is an amino acid called asparagine. It is present in corn, wheat, rice, and soy. In refined foods, this asparagine combines with specific refined sugars like high fructose corn syrup or fructose, when heated above 285 degrees Fahrenheit 120 degrees Celsius. This triggers the Maillard reaction, producing acrylamide. Acrylamide then generates another byproduct called glucidomide, which poses even greater cancer risks than acrylamide itself. The complexity arises because label reading alone proves insufficient. Processing creates deadly compounds beyond listed ingredients. Consider ultra-processed food calories. How thoroughly can food be stripped of life? Teenagers consume 67% of their calories from ultra-processed sources. Adults exceed 50%, and toddlers reach 46 to 47%. Cancer ranks as the second leading cause of death globally, and I've witnessed countless cases, particularly among older individuals. While people recognize smoking and drinking as cancer risks, acrylamide represents an equally potent carcinogen. I trust this information helps raise awareness about acrylamide and provide strategies for avoidance or counteraction. Thank you for your attention, and I'll see you in the next video.